2 Mission Super Twins heat races, just like the singles. The top 6 will go to the main event. We'll come right back with the Royal Enfield Build Train Race main event, and then we'll have our 2 last chance qualifiers, 1 in the singles, 1 in the Super Twins class, then our 2 fastest 4-lap races of the night, Parts Limited, Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Challenge, and our Mission Super Twins 2 Fast, 2 Tasty Challenge race, and then the 2 main events. First will be the singles, and then the Super Twins, and the motorcycles are rolling to the racetrack. Heat race number 1. They'll get 1 sighting lap to check it out, and there is your defending champ. He'll start on the pole. That is the number 1 rider from Micah, Washington, Cody Kopp. Starting second from Hillsboro, Illinois, number 88, Chase Sadoff. Starting third from Pine Grove, Pennsylvania, it's the D&D certified KTM, number 79, Dalton Gauthier. And the last bike on the front row in his 2nd season with us from Bartow, Pennsylvania, it is the 66 of Logan Eisenhard. Row 2, 63, Trent Lowe, 82, Travis Pettin, 49, Chad Coast, and the 75, Terrence Santero. 106, Reese Podorf, 115, Justin Anselmi, 125, that is Landon Kowzak, 110, Dominic DeMario at the back of the pack. 175, TJ Welty, and 121, Jacob Cassio. Here is Ralph Shaheen with heat race number 1.
All right, Scotty Dubler, thank you very much. Ready to go racing, folks. Going to be a great one here tonight. Expecting a lot of great action here. Had a great show here just a year ago, and the riders are looking even quicker here today. Kopp and Gauthier and Sadoff all up on the front row here, along with the 66 of Logan Eisenhard. Everybody ready. Kopp and Sadoff on the inside. Here come the lights. First heat race of the day. Green, and we're racing. Off into turn number 1 we go. Sadoff comes charging from the middle. He's going to take the early lead, but Kopp fights back to the inside as Sadoff drifts up high. Here comes Kopp, leading him down into 3.
Sadoff had a great start, but drifted up wide and opened up the door for the number 1 bike.
4 wide, deeper in the field. Scotty inside the top 10. They pair up now as they go down into turn number 1. It is going to be Sadoff and Kopp trying to settle it up at the front, with Gauthier sitting there on the 79 back in 3rd. Top 6 are going to go through to the main event, but it's those top 2 that are going to qualify for the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Challenge coming up a little later.
And also, besides going to the challenge race, it'll put them on the front row of the main event. Everybody wants to start up there.
It's going to be hugely important here tonight, of course.
The 88 closing in on the 1. The 1 takes a look over shoulder. Here comes Sadoff.
A little bit of traffic going way high, letting the leaders come through. Looks like the 175 of Welty calling it a heat as we work our way past the line here. 4 laps into the books.
It looks like if Sadoff can keep it down lower coming up for turn number 2, that looks like the only place he's losing time. It looks like he's gaining ground down here in 3 and 4.
Way down on the bottom there as we come across the line once again. Head off into turn number 1. Kopp still out in front. He's led every bit of this one. Sadoff fighting to get back after him. Hanging right with the reigning champion, the 2-time champion, carrying that number 1 plate.
Kopp looks strong. His fastest lap is the fastest lap of the evening so far, 1:4.686. So Cody Kopp has found something out here at heat race number 1.
Well, and a lot of people in the pit area, Scotty's saying the 450s could be quickest here tonight. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go here in this opening heat race of the day. Sadoff doing everything he can to catch him. He's half a second behind him right now as we work our way into 3 and 4 for the final time in this first heat. To the checkers, it's going to be Cody Kopp taking the win. Sadoff second, Gauthier is 3rd. Here comes Eisenhard in 4th, and then it's going to be Pettin and Selmy rounding out the top 6.
The 82, a California rider, making it into the main event and taking with him the 115, Justin Anselmi. He's from Lodi, California. He also goes to the main event, so a couple of California riders sneaking in with 5th and 6th place finishes.
And then Kopp and Sadoff also qualifying for that Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Challenge and a shot at $2,500 a little later.
Track's getting a little bit faster, it seems like, as the moisture continues to rise, and they'll keep working on the racetrack all night long.
It is definitely going to be a cool evening here all night long, folks, in hoodies and jackets and trying to stay a little bit warm as we go down to Kristen Beat.
Cody, it looked like the track was getting faster, and I might have overheard you just tell your mechanic that.
Yeah, I think it was a little faster that time, just a fresh prep, but we liked it. We might have been a little bit off on gearing for how much faster it just got, but I felt consistent. I put in my laps, and we're ready for a good main event. First time we've either been on pole or second here.
Well done, Cody Kopp. Looking to repeat a win here at the Ventura Raceway, guys.
And that would be interesting. Kristen, in the fact that Cody was talking about the gearing being a little bit different than what they thought they were going to need, because he was telling me just a little while ago he hasn't changed his gearing at all tonight up until this point. And oh, by the way, happy birthday to the former national champion there, Dad Joe Kopp.
And he was right. The fastest lap of the day, we just saw it just a few laps ago. Cody Kopp at 1:4.686. So if he's not geared right, he's hit the rev limiter too soon. So he knew exactly that he was faster.
Geared the same all day long up until this point. Now he might be changing.
Up next, heat race number 2, Parks Limited AFT Singles on the pole. At his closest racetrack to home from Forbes, Australia, it's the 59 of Tom Drain. Starting second, 265 Evan Renshaw from Pennsylvania. The 48 Trent Lowe. The 19, that's James Ott from Simi Valley, California on the Husqvarna. Row 2, 154 is Michael Enderbitson. 24, Hunter Bauer. 151, Cole Fredrickson. 55, Tyler Raggio. Row 3, 157, Ian Wolf. 40, Olin Kistler. 52, Shayna Texter-Bauman. 131, Evan Kelleher. And at the back of the pack from Barcelona, Spain, 117, Gerard Bello, and the 275, Ryan Hyatt. Heat race number 2, top 6 to the main. It's amazing that he knew that the track was getting faster.
Yeah, and the Turner guy's right in the middle of the front row here with Drain on that Estenson bike to the far inside, and then James Ott on the Husqvarna on the outside, making up row number 1. So Yamaha, a pair of Hondas and a Husqvarna rounding out row number 1 as the 10-second board is up. She's going to turn it sideways and exit the racetrack, and it's time to go racing, which is now. Here we go. Everybody clicked into gear. Visors are down. They're focused on the lights, as are we. Get ready for the green, and it's time to go racing into 1. Here we go. Oh, everybody jumped.
It seemed like everybody went forward, Ralph.
It sure did. I don't know how you don't send everybody back a row.
The 151 going back, Cole Fredrickson. He's out here from the Pacific Northwest, actually on the 151 bike. He is from Snohomish, Washington.
Watch this. I mean, I think literally everybody goes. It looked like just about everybody.
And the 151, he got caught because he kept rolling. He didn't hit the brakes. So
I don't think Evan Renshaw rolled forward on the 265, but everybody else in the front rows sure seemed to.
Looks like they put 3 riders to the back. 151, 55, and possibly the 131. Hard to see from this angle. Yeah, it is the 131. And Shayna Texter-Bauman trying to get her bike backed up just a little bit. She can barely touch the ground out there, so the angle, the straightaway is actually angled a little bit. It's hard to see from this
little bit
camera
of banking
view.
to it, yeah.
Exactly.
She's focused on the lights, as is everybody else. Here we go. Renshaw with a pretty good start, but not as good as Drain on the bottom. Drain working it hard, and Trent Lowe on the 48 as Drain drifts way wide. Here comes Lowe down to the inside. His teammate takes the lead away. That's Renshaw, then Lowe comes further up the inside, takes it away from him. So the 2 Turner Hondas are going to lead them all down into turn number 1, but it's going to be the Yamaha coming out with the lead as Drain gets a handful of throttle and takes the lead away.
What an exciting first lap, and the Bombers out in front. Here come the 2 Turner Hondas. They're duking it out for second and third. They don't want to take each other out.
And there's a fantastic battle behind them for 4th, including Ott right there on that Husqvarna on the number 19, as he's got 4th right now. Boy, I thought the Hondas were going to hold on for the lead here, but Drain through that line through 1 and 2. Boy, he was smooth through there.
There's Enderbitson making an appearance towards the front, the 154. He's trying to get by the 19 of James Ott. Here comes Trent, diving up the inside, closed the gap, but Drain had the momentum around the outside to lead him down the front side.
There's 4th right there. That's Ott on that 19, closing up quickly on the back of Renshaw on the 265. So that's a fight for 3rd. 2 riders having at it there. Here he comes, Ott with a great ride through 4. Bike moving around, but he kept it into the throttle and did a great job, and he's going to take it away from the Honda rider.
That's experience right there. You know, setting up the pass in the corner before, executing the pass in the next corner.
Ott doing a great job and moving back forward here.
Slides the rookie, the 265, back 1 spot to 4th, and there is our first look at Enderbitson making his way towards the front on the 154.
Enderbitson closing in again, top 6 going through to the main, top 2. Right now, Drain and Lowe looking at a shot to go to that Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Challenge. Down the back straightaway, the fight for the win right here. The Australian out front. Lowe trying to catch him, not going to happen. Drain's going to win, Lowe's going to take 2nd. Ott with a nice ride up to 3rd, Renshaw 4th. Enderbitson gets 5th, and Hunter Bauer takes the final transfer ticket to the main.
And Tom Drain had a faster lap than Cody Kopp did in his heat race, a 1:4.649. So we're setting ourselves up for an excellent Al Lam Dallas Honda Challenge race. There's a look at the results. Drain on the Honda with the win. Trent Lowe is second. James Ott on the Husqvarna is third. Renshaw fourth. Inderbits in fifth. Bauer gets that last transfer spot, so Fredrickson, Kistler, Raggio, and Ian Wolf are headed to that last chance qualifier.
Back down to Kristen we go with Tom Drain.
Tom, you were looking fast out there, but the track has changed dramatically since you guys qualified on it. What adjustments do you anticipate making on this bike, if any?
Well, the track's changed a lot out there. I feel it's better suiting me a lot more, so we've made the bike really good, so I think we can go out there and do good in the main.
Thank you so much, Tom.
That is one fast young man.
Absolutely. A little bit winded. It's a lot of work on this tight little short track.
It is a lot of work, Scotty, as we were talking about earlier today. I mean, there's no place to rest, and these guys are riding fast and riding very hard.
Up next is the Mission Super Twins. They're getting everything taken care of on that starting line, and we have 2 heat races for the Super Twins. We'll take the top 6 to the main event. On the pole, first pick will be the 67. Here's the points coming into tonight. The 44, Brandon Robinson, just a 4-point victory with 2 wins on the season. Dallas Daniels in second, Meese is in third, Breyer is in fourth, and Davis Fisher, who's your fast qualifier today, is sitting right there in fifth.
And this is round 5 of the 2024 championship season, so we got a lot of racing yet to go.
Just 1/4 of the way in.
Yeah, nobody's been able to really break away from the pack in any way, shape, or form with just 4 points separating those top 2. There's Davis Fisher right there on that 67. Could this be the night he puts it all together?
It very well could be. He looks very strong out here tonight. And
it's got that feel to it, doesn't it?
I think so, but here's another guy that's looking for his first career win. That's Mikey Rush actually holding the bike, and Mr. Atherton, that's Kevin Atherton's father right there holding that bike for the 98 of Cale Kolkman.
With more on Sammy Halbert, here's Kristen Beat.
Yeah, Sammy Halbert on the second row of this heat. Sammy, what does this bike mean to the Harley-Davidson fans to see the nostalgic XR back out there competing and to be the pilot of it? I mean, what is your interpretation of the fanfare surrounding this bike?
It's something special for sure to be involved with, and especially after how good we ran in Daytona, the boost it gave us, and seeing the fan support was unreal, and just to, I mean, this bike's been competitive for so long, it's insane. So just to be out here still doing it on the XR 750 with Dodge Bros Racing has been really fun, and we're on the second row, going to have to really hammer down to get up front from here.
You're running a limited season, so how do you capitalize on these few races that you are running this season? And is there a sense of urgency to return to the podium?
I mean, there hasn't been. Like, I've been just kind of doing my thing, but after Daytona being so close to getting the win, I was really fired up coming in here, wanting to get that win. But the days started off a little challenging for us. Every other time I've rode this bike, I've been like fastest right away, one of the fastest. But today's been different, so we'll see.
We'll see if Sammy Halbert can close the gap, guys.
Boy, it would be something. Scotty, we were talking about in our production meeting at the beginning of the day, when Harley-Davidson in the XR 750 is 502 or 503 victories right now. There's one that they're questioning.
It's incredible how many victories one machine could have in one sport over a span of 50-some years.
Yeah, and there's no doubt the way that Sammy rode that bike in Daytona that we could see that number grow for sure in the next 2 weeks.
Heat race number 1 on the pole, the 67 Davis Fisher. Starting second from Ventura, California, 98 Cale Kolkman. Starting third, number 3, Breyer Bauman. And the last bike on the front row, the number 1 of Jared Meese. Row 2, the 18 Maxwell. 34 Cam Smith. 25 Ben Lau. 69 Slyman Sammy Halbert. Row number 3, number 60 Nick Armstrong. Number 70 Declan Bender. And the 166, that's the freight train, Logan McGrain. Top 6 to the main event, just like the singles.
And 2 to the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge.
If you're new to our sport, the challenge race, it's $5,000 for 4 laps of work.
Yeah.
Winner take all. Meese trying to clean out a little starting spot right there on the outside.
Davis Fisher on the inside on that 67. Cale Kolkman right there on his Yamaha number 98. Davis is on an Indian. Then it's Breyer Bauman on the number 3. That's a KTM. And then the other Indian of Jared Meese, the 9-time champ, the far outside. 10-second board is up. She exits the racetrack. We're watching the lights. Here we go. Here comes the revs. And green. Briar Bauman with a good start, but to his outside. Oh, there was contact. 2 riders down. Mee's got the lead, and red is out immediately. This race will come to a quick stop here.
Yeah, with 2 riders going down that first corner, you want to shut them down just in case by the time they get back around, those 2 riders haven't got picked up and gotten out of the way. So the red flag comes out quickly. But Meese had an excellent start from the outside.
Yeah, and there was contact up front, too, because Jared got around Briar, and then Briar got together. I believe it was with Kolkman. It's hard to tell. It might have been Fisher.
There is Nick Armstrong over here, turning
One of the
back
riders,
around.
I guess that was
it looks like his
involved.
handlebars are pushed forward, like they've rolled up.
He's going to exit the racetrack here.
I don't know. He'll stop right here. He won't try to. You don't want to exit the track. You want to try to fix your bike if you can.
Let's see. Here's Briar at the top. You watch in the back. I'm going to see if Briar made contact with.
It looks like he just got set up. Oh, there goes Fisher. Actually threw it down.
Briar got contact with Kolkman.
And Fisher, who had the pole, he throws it down, and Nick Armstrong throws it down to keep from hitting into the backside. Here's another look at it. So Meese shuts the door. Briar has nowhere to go.
Davis just loses the back of the bike. It just went around on him.
And then looked like Declan Bender kind of shut the door on the number 60 bike.
And it looks like Armstrong just laid it down to avoid any contact.
Absolutely. Maybe a little bit of contact did help with everything. Yeah, whoever causes the restart goes to the back row. So
that's going to be a tough break for Davis.
You know, if he was the reason of the cause of the red flag, him and Nick Armstrong.
Kristen's down there. She's got more on it.
Davis, after the great day you were having after qualifying first, you'll probably have to go to the back of the pack. Take me through what happened.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I didn't get the great jump, but I got in there and shifted a second. I think I hit a false neutral because next thing I know I was on the ground. Like, as soon as I shifted, I don't know. That could have been it, or it would have been a little slick down there. But, I mean, yeah, we're up, and we'll try to make the run to the front.
Try to get a rebound here on this Ventura Raceway, guys.
Yeah, he's going to have to get at least to 6 to get into the main event.
So it's a tough way to go from your fast qualifier, picking up $500 from the Pronto Parts Plus Pole Award. Now you got to make your way into the main event from the back of the pack.
Yeah, and I mean, look, we all thought he was going to be a guy that would maybe even have a shot at getting into the Too Fast, Too Tasty challenge. So Kristen was saying she thinks maybe Davis bent his handlebars as well, but I couldn't tell from there.
Well, I definitely know the 60s bike handlebars were bent. It looked like they were tweaked forward, but, you know, at some point, right now, when they put that shield down, you forget that the handlebars are bent. You just go out there and do your business and ride the best you can, make changes after the race. So, yeah, the 60
Davis doesn't look too worried about it.
No, you don't. You forget it all happens. So they put the 60 and the 67 on the back.
Big piece says we're ready to go. All right, let's see if Jared can get that rocket start from the outside again. Green, we're racing. Here we go. Briar gets a good start. Jared again with the excellent start of the Indian. He takes the lead away and shuts the door on everybody behind him. Briar picks up the front end. He slips way back to about 5th, then gets another spot or 2 back. He's up to 3rd. Going for 2nd. Here comes Bauman on the outside of Kolkman.
Got a pair of Harleys. They were side by side. That Sammy Halbert and Maxwell were side by side in turn 3 and 4. They're all chasing number 1. Meese almost off the motorcycle.
Meese coming out of turn number 4 on that number 1 has a lead, but here comes Briar Bauman on the outside of Kolkman right now, and he's going to get him for 2nd. Can he hang on to it?
Sammy's on the move on the 69 bike. He's trying to get up there and get by some people.
Bauman definitely has 2nd place now from Kolkman. Meese is still out in front of everybody. He's got a bike link on Bauman at this point.
Kale sits the motorcycle upright.
Here comes Davis Fisher up to 5th and charging on the 67. So he's back into a transfer spot at this point.
That's not good enough, though. He wants to get up there and try to get into
Looking
the main
inside
event.
of Halbert. Here he comes. He's got him.
He drifts wide, though. He's going to open up the door. Sammy has to shut down.
They make contact right there. You can see Davis look back over his shoulder, gives him some room now at the other end of the racetrack as he's trying to catch Cale Kolkman. But look at Bauman. Bauman is right there on the backside of me. He's right in his tire tracks.
Yeah, he's really put in some good laps and closed up on the 9-time champ
Briar
right there.
looking outside. Here he comes. Big handful of throttle. Mies takes the line away as he go back into the corner.
Down in 3 and 4, Breyer's going up off of the racing line. Down here in 1 and 2, he's going down below it, so he wants to get just off of where they're racing at.
Laps ticking away quickly in this one. White flag is out. Breyer's got one more shot at him. They're both into the challenge race at this point. Bauman now on the bottom. Here he comes. Breyer with a big handful of throttle. Mies beats him to the corner. Coming off of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. The two champions going wheel to wheel at it. It's going to be Mies just beating Bauman. Kolkman's going to hang on for third. Fisher fights all the way back to fourth. He's going through to the main. Sammy Halbert taking the XR there as well. And Max Whale will take an XG to the main. So both generations of Harley, XR and XG, going into the main.
What a race. Man, that was exciting.
I love this place, Scotty. It is so good for flat track motorcycle racing, short track style.
And what a ride by the 67 Davis Fisher from the penalty line, row number 4, all the way up to the 4th position. It was Mies with the win. Breyer is second. Cale Kolkman from Ventura right there gets third. Davis Fisher is 4th. Sammy Halbert and Maxwell make it to the main.
And a 1/10 of a second, Kristen, a 1/10 of a second between first and second place.
Ventura never disappoints. We saw tight racing last year, and we can only expect the same, Jared. I remember last year you told me a fist fight in a phone booth. Is that what we're going to see tonight as well?
Yeah, I mean, track's a lot better than it was last year, honestly. It's pretty racy. It's kind of a get-it-on short track. Man, I'm in such a better spot right now this time than I was last year. I feel really good. And, you know, I know the track's going to change a lot for the main event, so we just got to try to stay ahead of it.
Thanks so much, Jared.
He's feeling pretty confident, too, so he would love to get another short track victory here before his career is out. There's only 2 left this season.
Watch Scotty here. Watch the number 1 of Jared Mies coming out of 2. Picks up the front. Look at that. Man, that bucking Bronco trying to throw him off. And the 9-time champ just staying in the throttle and hanging on for dear life.
We saw something similar to that at Volusia, I remember, not that long ago. Heat race number 2 is on the line. 32, Dallas Daniels. 44, Brandon Robinson. The 20, Jared Vandekoy. And the college graduate, number 36, Kobe Carlisle. Row 2, 37, Bronson Bauman. 13, Morgan Mishler. 21, Trevor Bruner. 62 is Dan Bromley. And at the back, number 10, Johnny Lewis. 92, Brandon Price. And the missile, 47, Michael Hill.
So Colby Carlisle, Scotty, now we want to see if that outside line that Jared used and used so well in 2 starts works for him. He's got a lot of hot shoes to the inside of him there. Dallas Daniels is going to be great on the bottom.
You have a nice arc into the corner. I like it.
Yeah. Let's see what happens here. 10-second board is up. And Brandon Robinson, the points leader on the 44, with Vanderkoy right next to Carlisle on the 20. Watch those lights. Green, and we're racing. Here we go, down towards turn number 1. Carlisle uses it to perfection. Takes the lead away on the number 36.
Good call, Ralph.
Down the back straightaway, he picks up that front wheel. He leads him back into 3. And here comes Daniels trying to chase after him. Robinson is in second place. Daniels coming from 3rd, trying to force his way inside of Vanderkoy and pushes his way past, while the Honda is up to 5th. Here comes Dan Bromley on the 62.
Bromley's putting in some consistent laps, and now is the 44-year points leader. He's having an excellent season so far as we're just 4 races in.
Oh,
he leads another one.
Daniels way to the outside as Robinson takes the lead away from Carlisle. And Vanderkoy looks very fast on the 20 as he's giving Daniels everything he can handle in a fight for second.
Johnny Lewis from the back of the pack. He's coming up there to the inside of Carlisle trying to get that spot.
And Bromley on that 62 on the Honda holds down 6th. So that's everybody in a transfer position for now.
21 comes up the inside of Bromley. That's the 44, and then look at this scrap back here for the final transfer spot.
Trevor Bruner on that 21, pushing hard, gets around Carlisle, and Bromley gets himself up into a transfer position. And the fight for the lead heats up as the Yamaha catches up to the Indian.
And the Yamaha's actually bringing the other Indian up there with them. Vandekoy's up to 3rd and is following Daniels.
Dallas Daniels sets to the inside as he comes after Robinson here.
Really squared off that corner, but it cost him all his momentum.
Carrying it around the outside here. Back into the throttle, sliding that rear end. There he sits up. You can see the elbow come up as he sits up for a second. Now he's back to the outside, pushing hard. 1 to go. Down the backstretch, final times. Daniels going to be able to make something happen. Look how deep he drives down into 3. Gets a great run off the corner.
Wow.
Daniels beats him to the line with a spectacular move off of 3 and 4.
I did not.
Taking it to the points leader right there.
I did not see that coming at all.
That
what
was
a run.
An awesome move. Set up, Scotty, turn number 2, right?
Absolutely. Get it set up and then use the momentum. Go around the outside. Nobody's done that down here in 3 and 4. What a pass. What a spot, and what a heat race win for the 32, last year's winner, Dallas Daniels.
And everybody took note of it. Daniels, Robinson, Vanderkoy, Lewis, Bruner, and Bromley all going to the main. Daniels and Robinson going to the Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge, brought to you by Mission a little bit later.
And a Rookie of the Year leader gets that 5th spot, Trevor Bruner. And the final transfer is the 62 of the draft, Dan Bromley.
Which means the Honda's going to the main event. Kristen, that was a spectacular move by Dallas.
A last lap pass, something we might have expected from a veteran, but from Dallas Daniels. You've been studying.
Yeah, you know, the same thing that happened to Davis almost happened to me. It's like the inside starting spot is not like what you think it is. It's just straight to marbles, and man, I about lost the front. And he luckily was able to save it and just kind of searching. The track's slicking off, but there's still some moisture out there to grab. So it's just, yeah, I was searching. You know, I don't want to follow, and Brandon was riding a really good race. I felt like I had some mid-corner speed on him, and, you know, saved it for the last corner and just rolled the outside. But hoping to get a better start and not have to do that in the main.
Well done.
What a race that was. We're just getting warmed up. We've had 4 heat races, 2 for the singles, 2 for the Mission Super Twins, and up next will be the Royal Enfield Build Train Race main event. We've got 8 ladies going to bring their Royal Enfield machines to the track soon.
And Scotty, we've got a lot of folks stopping by to check out the racing here, like the guy in the hat there, the brimmed hat. That's my old colleague. Old Fro Daddy is here. Jeff Emig, the 1997 Supercross champion in the house, hanging out, having a great time with us. Great to see Fro Daddy here.
And that's Chris Carter right in front of him, the owner of Motion Pro up there near Sacramento.
Yeah, and Chris, of course, big part of that fantastic book.
Oh, the
all
Honda
about
book.
Honda.
Oh, my gosh.
Honda Flat Track Racing, and we're writing a new chapter in the history of Honda and flat track racing here this year with the Transalp.
All right, main event number 1 is coming to the track right now, the Royal Enfield Build Train Race program. The ladies pulling up to the starting line. Number 17 to be on the pole. She's from Gustine, California. That's Kinsey Luker. Number 67, Shasta LaRue from Bennett, Colorado. Number 2, Michaela Nichols from Longmont, Colorado. And the 28, Maya Maffei from Fortuna, Oregon. Row number 2, 35, Hannah Lang from Wisconsin. 156, Morgan Pillar, also from Wisconsin. 8, Christiana Ross from Sonora, California. And the 22, Hannah Robertson, Sterling, Virginia. This is their main event. And it's round number 4 for the Royal Enfield Build Train Race program. The ladies pull up to the starting line. Pulling up to the line, getting set to go. This is a main event for the ladies. Royal Enfield Build Train Race. 10 laps the distance, Big P. Points at the 10-second board. Here we go. The first main event of the night.
Well, Shasta and Kenzie, they put on a great battle in their heat race earlier. See what they can do here in the main. Green, and we're racing towards turn number 1. Kenzie, big time slide with the rear, and Shasta breaks away into the early lead here on the 67.
It looked like when she let the clutch out, the whole thing just
shifted on her, didn't it?
Left. Like, I think that's the banking of that straightaway.
Look how quick she closed back up, though. Look at the speed she carried down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Shasta LaRue leading on the 67. Kenzie Luker right there on the 17. And the battle is on now.
Kinsey's been fast all season, a 2nd and 2 wins in the 3 races we've had so far. Shasta got a 2nd at the last round.
Oh boy, right up alongside there, bar to bar as they come to the line. Kenzie right up along the wall, tries to make that momentum work through 1 and 2. And she's gonna pull it off as they come off of the turn 2 area.
Shasta's not giving up on that low line. It's been working for her early on in practice and in the heat race, but it's Kenzie Luker to lead this one.
Kenzie seems to be just a little bit more aggressive right now with her riding style, and all you can see, she's a little bit down more over the front. She's digging a little bit harder.
Yeah, she may have a little bit more flat track experience than Kenzie. Here is dropping back for the battle for 3rd, the 2 of Michaela Nichols and the 28 Maya Maffei. Is this the best battle on the track right now? The 2's got a 5th, and a 4th. She's looking for her best finish of the season right now. She'd be on the podium.
Oh, good pass coming up the inside here on the 28. Here comes Maya. She's going to take 3rd away. These are two ladies here, Scotty, who have not had a lot of flat track experience, but you've seen great steps forward in their progression each round we've seen them so far this year.
You can see the confidence in the way they ride their motorcycles. They just look like they belong now. As you know, maybe at the start of the season they might have been a little bit nervous. Now the nerves are gone. They're settled in, and now they're racing. And the 28 has 3 thirds in a row, and she's up to third once again.
She's about to maybe get another one unless she can catch Shasta here in another couple of laps with 4 to go.
I see Kenzie Lucas dropped down, is trying the lower line down here in 3 and 4. I think she's a little bit faster when she's off of the groove, just a little bit higher where Breyer was running.
Yeah, Shasta's definitely faster here in the main event than she was in the heat race. And she is staying much closer to Kenzie's lap times here as this one starts to get into the final couple of laps as they catch up to Ross, get around her on the outside.
Christiana goes down 1 lap. Kenzie goes up to the high side, and here comes the 67. Shasta's closing on the leader just a little bit. 1 second separated the first and second last time by. There's the white flag.
White flag. Here we go. Kenzie, Shasta, and Maya, the top 3, with Michaela and Hannah at the top 5 right now as we work this final lap. Coming to the checkered flag. And Kenzie Luker is going to win it all here in Ventura. Shasta LaRue will take second. Maya Maffei will get third. Michaela's going to take 4th. And Hannah Lang will get 5th.
2 arms in the air. Kenzie Luker is pumped up.
As she should be.
For sure. 3 wins in a row for the 17 bike. She's stopping over there. There's her husband, Andrew. Former racer with the for the entire circuit with us, the 11. Andrew Luker is going to hop on back. Look at that mustache. All right, here's the victory lap. That's exciting. Look at Andrew smiling bigger than Kenzie is. What a race. Good job, ladies. Kenzie's fastest lap, a 1:06.156. Shasta's fastest lap, a 1:06.588. So Kenzie put some fast laps in after she got by. Shasta kept her on, and she